So, Jayme,
Mm-hmm.
you're familiar with the film Batman and Robin, right? The greatest
Yeah.
Batman movie to ever be made,
Oh,
definitively.
naturally.
So, it was so good that originally Warner Brothers was like, hey, we need to make a sequel that directly follows this one up. And thus, Batman Triumphant was born. Or in some cases, it was called Batman Uncaged. What he was uncaged from, I don't know. And I feel like if it was called Batman Triumphant, it gives away the end of the movie because he's got to win. Because if not, I feel ripped off. Um,
Wow, tag your spoilers.
yeah, tag your spoilers. Anyway, so they planned to release this in 1999. It was going to be one of the first times that two comic book movies released in the same year. Because they
Mm-hmm.
also had plans to come out with Superman Lives at the same time that would have came out in 1999, which of course is the Nick Cage movie, where he was going to be Superman, which still blows my mind that that's like a thing that we have to live through every day. That Superman was
Oh,
almost
that's
Nicolas Cage.
good.
Oh, good God. But yeah, apparently Joel Schumacher, the dude who directed Batman Forever and Batman and Robin, was going to come back to do everything. The guy who fucked up
Mm-hmm.
the series and all that kind of stuff. And but apparently he was going to return, and then they were also going to like redo the Dark Nature thing. So it was going to be more Batman 1989 and Batman Returns than it was the last two, which is like weird because you like the whole reason that Batman Forever exists is because they were like no more dark movies, blah.
Yeah.
And it blows my mind that like that's where we're at. But returning cast wise, they were going to bring back George Clooney. He was going to finally come back to do like we were going to have a Batman that did more than just one movie in that time frame. He was going to come back to do his second one. Chris O'Donnell was going to be Robin, and then Alicia Silverstone was going to come back to be Batgirl. Because I don't know if you remember, but at the end of Batman and Robin, they run off into like the bat signal, and they're like all running at like the screen. And then Alfred's like, we're going to need a bigger cave because they were setting up a sequel, and it never happened. This was the sequel they were setting up. Surprising.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they did that. Um, yeah, but and also Commissioner Gordon and Alfred would have been back. I didn't care to look up their names. I don't care. That's not important.
Oh,
I
hold
know
on.
that
I can look it up. They're important.
they're important. All right, you got Commissioner
They're
Gordon.
important.
Alfred's name is Michael something, and I only know that because the first two Alfreds are both named Michael.
It
Michael,
came out in 97, yeah?
yeah, 1997, Batman and Robin. That's what you're looking for.
Okay.
It's
Yeah, well, I already have it. Pat Hingle?
Pat Hingle, that sounds right. And then
And
Alfred's
then
name was Michael
Alfred?
something.
Michael
It's French, isn't it?
Go?
Gaul? Gaul? It's Gaul. That sounds right. Yeah.
It's like Gough?
GH. Yeah. Also, it's supposed to be Batman Beyond inspired, but I don't know how because it was coming out the same time as Batman Beyond. So, like, they were being released around the same time. And I can't imagine George Clooney listening to punk rock music. Like, that just doesn't, like, compute in my head. Or Chris O'Donnell, or any of them. Like, could you imagine Alfred just chilling there, bobbing his head to some punk rock? It doesn't make any sense to me.
See, like, I knew what you meant when you said punk rock music,
Yeah.
but, like, as soon as you said punk rock music, my mind went to, like, 2009 punk rock music.
Yeah.
So I was imagining, like,
Am I more than you bargained for yet?
That kind of,
just
yeah.
blaring.
That's good. Yeah. The plot for this movie, though, is mostly unknown because, like, we never got it and they never really released the script for it. But we do know that Robin leaves Batman again, like he did at Batman and Robin. So they literally just copy and pasted that storyline from Batman and Robin into this movie.
Wow.
And then he does it
So
again.
good.
And that apparently,
So original.
Yeah, it's real good. And apparently, George Clooney was gonna face his fear of bats more because he's scared of them.
Mhm.
Apparently that's
Wow.
a thing.
Yeah, that's good.
It's good. I agree. On to the villains, which is interesting to me. I think you'll care most about this. So our first villain was Harley Quinn. They were going to bring Harley Quinn in for her first live action, like, role. This will be the first time we've seen her ever since Batman the Animated Series. The first time we see her
That's
in a
my
movie.
girl.
That's your girl. That's someone you care a lot about. Why do you care a lot about Harley again?
Because, like, the fact that she just kind of, like, rose from nothing, like, I really like the Harley Quinn comic series to where she's just kind of like, screw you to the Joker, and she just kind of, like, leaves and does her own thing.
Yeah.
Because, like, I think that character trope is so good.
Mhm.
Like, she was made just to be beat up by the Joker. But
Yeah.
the fans loved her so much,
Mhm.
and they demanded that she gets so much more attention
Mhm.
that people at DC were like, okay.
Okay. Yep. So then
I also just think that the whole like Harley Quinn like court jester thing is cute.
It's cute. Yeah.
She's just a cute character.
Yeah. Have you ever seen the Alex Ross cover of her and Joker dancing?
No.
Oh, that's a
I'm
really...
looking it up right
go
now.
ahead. That's really good. You'll like that a lot. It's really cute. It's one of the cuter things that Joker and Harley ever do. And it's actually reenacted in Suicide Squad. Jared Leto and Margot Robbie do it. It's very cute.
Yeah, I have seen
it's
this.
really good.
That's good.
Yeah, it's a good one. Anyway, so you love Harley Quinn, though. So Harley Quinn's going to be nothing like Harley Quinn in this movie, other than the name. Like,
Excuse me?
Yeah, I know. So, they were going to spin it off as the Joker's daughter. So I don't know if Jack Nicholson and whoever played Vicky Vale were fucking on the side and created this offspring that would later become Harley Quinn. But literally, like, I kid you not, like, the synopsis for this that I've read is that Harley Quinn would be the Joker's daughter, and she would just be crazy, and that's the only character development that Harley Quinn
I don't like that. No.
You want to know who's going to play her? Who they had penciled in to play her?
Please, God, tell me who.
Madonna. They're going to have Madonna play her. Fight or flight. You're going into fight or flight. Yeah.
I'm gonna have a seizure. Oh my god.
I cannot believe that Madonna was the one that they picked for that. But yeah, so that's Harley for you. They actually did Joker's daughter later in the comics. Did you know that?
Yeah.
Yeah, they did her for Suicide Squad, and like it was when Joker didn't have a face, so like she was wearing his face because that was that weird point in the comic books where he didn't have one. So yeah,
That's good.
that's
I love
good.
that.
It's real good.
I forgot that happened.
Yeah. So the next villain is going to be Scarecrow, which is cool. So I have 4 names written down for who Scarecrow is going to be. I think you'll find all 4 quite humorous. Do you want to guess any of the 4 now, or do you just want me to tell you?
Any of the 4
Yeah.
that were gonna be Scarecrow?
Yeah, actors.
Hmm.
You're thinking actors.
Hmm. We already had my man Arnold as Mr. Freeze.
Yeah.
So I still think that would be hilarious, him being the Scarecrow. But
Arnold just comes back to does every villain in every sequel from that point forward. It's just Arnold.
hear me out. Hear me out.
Yeah.
Danny DeVito.
Danny DeVito. Yeah, we'll get on to him in a minute. But yeah.
I love that man so
Yeah,
much.
he's a good man. Too bad he's not going to be in
Good.
Detective Pikachu, am I right? F in the chat.
That hurts my bones.
Yeah, but you're still looking forward
Anyway.
to that movie for some reason. God knows why.
I,
The movie's going to be
God,
garbage.
I want to see it.
It's going to be garbage. I'm telling
Don't
you.
make fun of me. I want to see that movie.
Okay, fine. Scarecrow. Who do you think
Oh,
actors?
yeah. Literally the only man I want to imagine as Scarecrow is Danny DeVito.
Okay.
No, I take that back. 2 men. Arnold
Danny
or
DeVito.
Danny.
Okay, well, I'm going to try to tickle your fancy here. The rumored
Okay.
4 names: Nicolas Cage,
Uh-huh.
which
I didn't
means
think
he'd have
of-
been playing double duty as both Superman and Scarecrow. God, that would have been confusing.
That would have been good.
The second name I have written down is Jeff Goldblum, who is rumored to be more Scarecrow. I can see like the scientist side of Scarecrow for Jeff Goldblum, but the maniacal,
Yeah.
fear-loving man I can't see. Oh, now for the fear-loving man, the next guy I have is Steve Buscemi, who's in all the Adam Sandler movies as like the crazy guy.
Oh my god.
Like, you know who I'm talking about, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Steve Buscemi, the man himself.
Yeah. I really love him in Mr. Deeds. He's Crazy Eyes in Mr. Deeds, and like he
Yeah.
bit the mailman, and he's in jail. It's really funny.
Good.
And the last one is Obi-Wan Kenobi, the dude who played him, Ewan McGregor, I think's his name.
I'm gonna have a
from
stroke.
the prequels. Yeah. So those are your 4 people who are rumored to be Scarecrow in all of this. Which one of those do you want to see most?
Jeff Goldblum.
Jeff Goldblum.
Naturally.
Yeah. So Madonna and Jeff Goldblum headlining a Batman movie, Batman Triumphant. And so yeah, and the other 2 rumored villains were actually Mad Hatter and Man-Bat, but I have no idea who they would have got to play them, and I just can't find any references on them.
Man-Bat is terrifying though.
Yeah, well,
Legit. Good villain.
Yeah,
good villain.
I think
very big scare.
I think the reason that all these villains are like who they are is because for one, they already used all the main villains in the rest of the movies, and they're too lazy to pay everybody to come back. But we'll get onto that in a minute. But I feel like also the animated series is going on like before all of this, so like now all these characters are in the mainstream, and they're like, we can use all these obscure villains, and it'll work out fine. So I think that's part of it. But I don't know. But yeah, so those are like your main villains and stuff, though. And another good thing that came out of all of this was actually a Scarecrow nightmare scene that we had confirmed that was probably going to allegedly happen. And that is a scene that we're going to see all of the villains of the past come back to do a guest starring role. So we'd get Tommy Lee Jones's Two-Face, and Jim Carrey's Riddler, and Michelle Pfeiffer's Catwoman, and Danny DeVito's Penguin, and Jack Nicholson's Joker, all back to do some type of bit role in this movie.
Yeah.
So I don't know like what kind of budget this movie would have had, but that's a lot of frickin' money. Because you know Jack Nicholson. You love Jack Nicholson from Shining.
I love that man.
Yeah, that's a good man's. That picture of him thinking that he's getting a picture of himself. Like they're taking a picture of him, but they're taking a picture in the mirror. That's a good one. I don't know what kind of budget this movie would have had, but that would have been a lot of movie because Jack Nicholson is very picky about like him and like his rights and like whenever he does things. So like,
oh yeah,
who knows like how it would have came back. So that means that this movie though would have gone back to 1989 and tied all the movies together.
Jesus.
So like think about a really bad franchise that at the end has one good movie that then has to somehow loop back all of them. So think about Bumblebee, how it has to fix Transformers all by itself. And then it has to link back to the originals because it's a prequel. It's a lot of frickin' work. But
oh yeah, I forgot that was confirmed as prequel.
Yeah, they did the whole now he's a Camaro, and I'm like, yep, Camaro paid out the butt for this licensing. But
yes.
Yeah, so that's most of Batman Triumphant really though. And actually something kind of cool also, like as we kind of wind down here, is that they actually reused some of the parts in Batman Begins. Because 1997, you gotta think there's no Batman movie between 1997 until 2005 when they do Batman Begins. So the Scarecrow's the main villain of this. Scarecrow's in Batman Begins. And like there's like rumors of like scenes of like Bruce's parents getting murdered, which is directly out of Batman Begins and stuff like that. The only thing not carried over is I guess Ra's al Ghul, who would later become the main villain of Batman Begins.
I forgot about that. I forgot that movie existed.
You know, it's kind of weird. Who would have thought that if Batman Triumphant would have got made, that we might not have had the Christopher Nolan trilogy? We might not have had Batman Begins, The Dark Knight, and The Dark Knight Rises. Like, that's whack to think about.
That's very whack to think about.
Because those are good movies, and you're just like, what? How you do this? But yeah, so that's Batman Triumphant, who, spoiler alert, is triumphant in the end, but this movie never got made because it was garbage in Batman and Robin. It also mind-boggles me, final thought here, it also mind-boggles me that Warner Brothers thought that Batman and Robin was so good, before it ever got released in theaters, thought it was so good that it needed a sequel. And then because it was so badly received, it got canned. Like that, like, how do you ever think that movie's good? It must be Arnold.
It's Arnold.
It must be Arnold. You got any final thoughts?
Hey.
Yeah, what? Final thoughts? What's up?
So, this is a good final thought,
Okay,
I think.
good.
I think this is a
said
great final thought.
like 3 times, and I'm leaving all of these in.
That's fine.
Yeah.
This is fine.
Final thought.
My final thought. I found a set of action figures that I think is fantastic.
Great.
And it further proves my fear of Man-Bat
Oh god.
to be true.
Okay, let me see. Give me a second. I'll pop a video up for everybody, picture up for everybody else. Open image. Oh, I'm scared.
The absolute unit. Look at him. His eyes are so small.
Hang on, it's loading. Oh my god. Look how muscular he is.
He's shredded.
Oh my.
He's like a JoJo character.
God. I didn't.
Have you seen? Oh, Dakota, hold on.
Jesus Christ. This video's never gonna end. I'm sorry.
You know what art style that reminds me of?
What's that? Jayme
Like
is a
the
half
big
artist, by the way. Just to help you fill in
Beefy
gaps.
dude. Do what?
I was just telling the people that you're an artist and stuff, so when she says art
Yeah.
style, she actually knows what she's talking about. She's not stupid like me.
I'm a little stupid.
Don't say that. Or maybe I'll put in like elevator music. Do do do
Because I was trying to find a picture of Donovan Joestar.
Donovan Joestar. All right. Let me load him up and see how he is.
It's Mambat.
Is it Mambat? He's
No.
gonna be like really hairy, isn't he? I'm calling it now. He's gonna be like a hairy man's. No, he's Mambat. He's very muscular. You are correct.